this is gonna maybe need a little bit of testing and poking around, because I'm not sure how it'll work out. Um, and I have no idea how loud things will or won't be. Oh, that definitely sounds too loud in my ear. That's part of the problem with it, with the sound in general. Yeah, I'm going to. Oh, I don't want to skip all of that. I want to show it. So, I just reopen it. It still sounds loud to me. But I also won't know how it balances out with the sound level of my voice. Oh. Okay, it is still, it's normal, minus 10 decibels. So. Because if it was down at the minus 17, I would have had to adjust it more. And I don't know if it'll move from this to the next step on its own. I normally don't let it just sit and do its thing. Oh, there is no other intro. Fine, okay. Not that that's usually what I name it, but might as well. So this game comes in 5 chapters. In the first 4 chapters, you meet the other characters and get to have direct control of them. In the 5th chapter, you actually get your hero, and then you meet, but in reverse order from how you played through. The other characters who are now not directly controllable party members. And there ends up being a lot of grinding, which I can do behind the scenes pretty readily, I think. But so chapter 1 is about Ragnar. Not Ragnar the Red. And yes, I am still sick and can't hear out of my left side. So I'm gonna, God damn it. I'm gonna talk to everybody even though I know I don't have to. Just because I know what's going on doesn't mean other people will. There's exactly one thing worth finding. I never quite remember which one it's in. There you are. Now, because I've done this so many times, I know there's nothing else for me to search. But I can go talk to everybody. Because there are clues to stuff you need to do from talking to people. But you don't know that. But it's going to take a number of chapters to get there. I don't actually have to worry about that. I do not have the key for that, and I won't for quite some time. Meaning, chapter 5, I will be able to do that. And no, you can't go upstairs to the throne room right now. It's okay. They try to foreshadow in this game without being too heavy-handed. And now that, I've actually left the screen, they have gone back upstairs. Yep, that's where we're at. Berlin. As with previous Dragon Quest games, you can get info about how close you are to leveling from the king. You don't have to do all the saving with it. he doesn't actually do much. It's not really a concern. Oh, crap. What do you... Um, oh, right. Talk to people. God damn it. Yep. So, not just for the sake of making fights easier, because areas level up whether or not you're ready for it. Because they go out and play in a place where they shouldn't, and then whoop, up into a tower they go. I'm just trying to talk to everybody. No. And you do actually need to talk to her. She's the only one you need to... I think you need to talk to her. Because you can't find Alex. But I think you need to talk to her to actually know she's good. Look, motherfucker. That was pointless. Yes. I mean, there's also save states. I didn't remember if it was 1 or shift 1. Because different emulators do it differently, and it's been a while. So, essentially what I am going to end up doing is walking around in circles, getting some experience, but mostly money for better equipment. That's... really? It is shift 1 and then... Yep. Anyway, the tunnel that leads across the river, also fights do get more difficult up over in this direction. But I want the better equipment before I go. And generally speaking, for these games and these types of games, is that if you hang around long enough to be able to buy all the best equipment, you're usually strong enough to deal with the monsters in the next area. Which does mean there's a lot of grinding. Now what I do actually, when at this lower level, use save states after every fight. 1, just in case, but 2, they can change. They were fixed in certain other games. But I also do it because the stuff you can get, the bonuses you can get when you level, vary. So I do also fuss with that, because I know I can get better levels. So there's a lot of grinding that'll end up happening behind the scenes. But this will be a good example. It's not fantastic. Now, for stats that are low, it's less likely that you'll get them and less likely that you'll get a bigger bonus on them. But he's dumb as a stump. Now that matters a little less because intelligence is more for magic, which he doesn't get. Agility does matter, and luck does matter. So if I can, every level, get him at least 4 out of the 5 stats. But that's one of the things that I will do, but not where you have to watch it. Because watching me refight fights and make different save states for that might be a good level, but let's see if I can get better, would get really old really fast. And this is from someone who has been doing that when they play this for a very long time. So, and then it gets more complicated when you have more than one person in the party and they level at different rates, and yeah, well, that would be behind the scenes, but it's still good to know that it's a thing. But I think think, well, besides loading that save state, that's a good enough introduction to how this would work. Um, Stop that. Um, so I think I'll just cut it here, and when I'm editing, I'll see how the volume balances out. But feel free to, give thoughts on this or other NES games that I have any experience with that I might want to play. A lot of the standard games I either don't have experience with or I don't like because it's a style of game that I'm just really bad at. But I've played this game a lot and I like it, and I know or remember pretty much everything. So, show you another game option tomorrow.